Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Tuesday the 3rd of December. Boris Johnson is unapologetic about taking his country out of the EU. He's in New Zealand for a speaking event and to promote his book, Unleashed. The former British Prime Minister says there was panic about Brexit at the time, but it's been good for the UK long term. He told Kerry Woodham that split was helpful during the COVID pandemic.
That made a material difference. We had the fastest vaccine rollout. We got drugs into elderly, vulnerable, frightened people faster than any other European country into their arms.
Meanwhile, Johnson says the massive Conservative Party loss in this year's UK general election can't be blamed on him. The defeat to Keir Starmer's Labour was one of its worst ever losses. Johnson says had he and Rishi Sunak teamed up, it would have been a different result.
Gone on and done some of the things that we decided we were going to do together, some of the reforms, some of the tax cutting as we got to the end of the Parliament, some of the free market stuff we were going to do with Brexit. I think we would have wiped the floor with Starmer.
A push to urgently contain a strain of bird flu after it was found at an Otago egg farm. The mainland poultry-managed property will have 80,000 birds culled following confirmation of a strain within 2 of its sheds. It is not the avian influenza strain circulating in wildlife globally, but Otago University virologist Gemma Geoghegan says it can still quickly become widespread.
We're looking at a huge loss in chickens, which is devastating for the animals, but also economically. And so it's really important it's contained, and it's also contained within chickens. It doesn't spread onwards.
Health New Zealand has confirmed a deficit of $722 million for the past financial year. It's a far cry from its target of a $54 million surplus. The lower Waihao rural water supply in Canterbury's Waimate district is unsafe to drink and poses a risk to people's health. A do not drink notice has been issued after nitrate levels breached acceptable levels, affecting about 700 people in the area. Boiling the water will not make it safe to drink, but Waimate District Council is providing alternative supplies. Water Services Authority Head of Operations, Steve Taylor, says nitrate levels have been rising in the source water since October, but has now gone too far.
We're aware that regional councils are doing some monitoring within the area to understand the impact that different activities are having on nitrate, and that's an ongoing piece of work.
Rainy conditions are set to continue on Aoraki Mount Cook, potentially plaguing search efforts for 3 climbers reported missing early yesterday afternoon. Police and DOC suspended the search at 8 p.m. in bad weather. They're monitoring conditions, hoping to resume efforts. Met Service meteorologist Claire O'Connor says rain will continue all day.
Winds will also be stronger this morning, especially higher up the mountains. They will ease a bit as we get later in the day.
The nurses' organisation is confident today's strike won't negatively impact patients. Members have walked off the job at 11 this morning until 7 p.m. tonight. To sport. Penrith League coach Ivan Cleary believes Andrew Webster is the right man to help the Warriors deliver on their potential in the NRL. Cleary's backing his former assistant to inspire a turnaround in 2025 after missing the finals this year. Holders Manchester United will face Arsenal away in the 3rd round of English football's FA Cup. And fresh off hosting the All Blacks test for the first time last month, Turin will become the 2nd city to host stages in all 3 Grand Cycling Tours. The Italian city will lead off next year's Vuelta a España. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.